Alright guys, we are at part 3 now from the previous video. Like I said, we're about to get into the Jacob Smooth part, right? Remember, if you are not this phenotype, it's not the end of the world. It's not it's not over. Told you I wish I looked like this, but I don't. Alright? A lot of y'all don't. A lot of y'all do. What matters is the your repentance to the Most High. You're keeping His commandments. Being a good person, telling people the truth. That's what matters. I wish I was 6'5" or more taller. I wish I was super tall. I wish, I had a beard. I can't grow a beard. It's a lot of stuff, but that's okay. So y'all get what I'm saying. All right, let's go. And Jacob said to Rebekah, his mother, "Behold, Esau, my brother, is a hairy man, and I am a smooth man." Remember, he said, Esau, my brother. I want to see what IUIC saying about this. Sorry, guys. I want to see what IUIC is saying about this.
Up to everybody else. But the bigger point is when Esau was born, the reason why the description of him was described was because before he was born, that color did not exist. Exactly. It said he would live by the sword. And that's how white people live. Y'all are bombing the hell out of the Palestinians. Talk about the color that y'all get. You know why I described Esau and not no other race? Because every other race had melanin. Y'all were the first people born that did not have the melanin. And is when Esau was born, the reason why the description of him was described was because before he was born, he was red and hairy all over. And that's you guys.
He's dressed like a red.
That's you guys.
We're red and red.
Talking about red, it ain't talking about being flesh and blood red.
Jacob, or Yaqub, who is also known as the trickster in the Bible, is at war with his brother Esau, who's the rightful firstborn. And they say God hates Esau and loves Jacob. But that's because the Bible, but we take that as and the ones who did not make the creation, the ones who slept with.
I'm trying to find. There goes my video, right? Then my video. We go ahead and put this in the tab. What I said before, because it's changed a little bit. But they try to say Esau was hairy, but they're talking about the black person. All right. Now, let's get to the smooth. Wait. Let's type Jacob Smooth skin. IUIC never talks about this. That's the funny thing. They never talk about this, bro. That's how I know you're. Look, that's how you know they are hiding. They're not talking about Jacob being smooth. They only talk about Esau being hairy and red, right? They never talk about the smooth. Now we're about to talk about the smooth part. We could watch this video right quick. So, but we can go ahead and go to the smooth. And Jacob said to Rebekah, his mother, "Behold, Esau, my brother, is hairy man, and I am a smooth man." Let's go to Esau. Well, I don't know how to really. We could just. I don't know how to translate the smooth, but to Hebrew, but like let's get to let's just say it in a different way. All right. So remember we talked at the beginning that Adam was smooth skinned, had ruddy skin color, and big afro hair with beard. We already explained Adam and Eve did not have body hair, and if we need scientific evidence, did early humans have body hair? Okay. So some of the theories are saying that they did have hairiness and some didn't. Alright. Nakedness and clothing used are characteristics of humans related by evolutionary and social prehistory. The major hair loss of body hair distinguishes humans from other primates. Alright. The general hairlessness of humans in comparison to related species may be due to loss of functionality in the pseudogene KRT41P, which helps produce keratin in the human lineage about 240,000 years ago. I don't know about that. Individual invasive mutations in the gene HR can lead to complete hair loss, though this is not typical in humans. Humans may also lose hair as part of hormonal balance due to drugs or pregnancy. So to comprehend why humans significantly less body hair than other primates, one must understand that the mammalian body hair is not merely an aesthetic characteristic. It protects the skin from wounds, bites, heat, cold, and ultraviolet radiation. Alright. The dispossession of body heat remains the most widely accepted evolutionary explanation for the loss of body hair. Okay? Less hair and increase in sweat glands made it easier for bodies to cool when they have moved living in the shady forest to open savanna. So they're saying that we didn't really need body hair. So that's why a lot of humans, Africans, and indigenous tribes had no body hair because they didn't really need it because it's always hot or warm. So scientifically, they're saying we never really needed body hair. That's only if we went to the cold area. But that's why you kill an animal and you put on fur. So, hairy, smooth man. Okay? Now, let's get to the smooth. Alright? We're going to pull up some tribes right quick. Okay? We're going to make this quick because we got to get to the point. Let me see. Poison. I'm going to take this part out. Yeah, I'm going to take that part out. Poison people. You see how smooth his skin is? You don't see no body hair. Nothing. I'm not saying that they Israelites, but I'm saying they got smooth skin. There's evidence because they'll say that some black people have hair on their body. I have hair here. No, but the original didn't have a hair anywhere on their body, right? Except for their head and beard. Smooth. Now we're gonna get to the Hadza. The Hadza people. I do that because it detects of what I'm trying to search for faster. Wait a second. Alright, I'm back. So, Hadza. You see the Hadza? You rarely see body hair on their body. I ain't saying that they Israelite, but I'm saying you don't see any body hair on them. So people talking about that black people can't have, humans cannot have bodies that have no hair. They can. Let's type in Messiah. All right. The Messiah. You see, you don't see. Look at that.
मासाई आदिवासी
Look
दिन
how
रात शिकार में
smooth
मसरूफ रहते
their arm and skin is. All right. We'll do one more, then we get to the next. Himba. See how smooth?
In their homes,
You don't
when
see
a guest
no body hair
arrives,
on their body.
the husband lets his wife spend the night with.
All right. So I'm just trying to confirm humans originally had smooth skin. All right. Now let's get to Jacob. My father peradventure will fail me, and I shall see him as a deceiver, and I shall bring a curse upon him, not a blessing. All right. Skip that. And Rebekah took goodly rare raiment of her eldest son Esau, which were in her house, and put them on Jacob, her younger son. She put the skins of the goats upon his hands, and upon the smooth of his neck. So we're gonna look up a kid goat. I think Lex will already explain this. See how the hair looks. That's what it looked like you put on the arms, right? That's why Lex Will, he goes by the forearm, but I go by I think it's the hand, because the scripture says hand, not forearm. But you know he knows. Lex Will been doing this longer than me, so I'm gonna go by his word, forearm and hand, right? So, and the neck, right? So the forearm has to be smooth. I'm talking about for pure Israel, it has to be smooth. Okay? And she gave the savory meat and the bread which she had prepared into the hand of her son Jacob. And he came up to his father and said, my father, he said, here I am. And Jacob said unto his father, I am Esau, thy firstborn. I have done according to the Didabatas. Arise, and I pray thee, sit and eat of my venison, that thy soul hath laid blessed me. Remember, that's the voice of Jacob. Pretend he's Esau. And Isaac said unto his son, how is it that thou hast found it so quickly, my son? And he said, because the Lord thy God brought it to me. And Isaac said unto Jacob, come near, I pray thee, that I may not feel thee, my son, whether that be very my son Esau or not. And Jacob went unto his Isaac's father and felt him and said, the voice is Jacob's voice, but the hands are the hands of Esau. And he discerned him not, because his hands were hairy as his brother Esau, so he blessed. So basically, y'all, Isaac already knew it was Jacob. He said he heard his voice. He knew. So, you know, right? Okay. So, we got that part done. All right. Let's get to the phenotypes now. So, we can X all this out. We're going to pull up King Goizan. Alright. And now we're gonna change the verses. So if you didn't remember, Esau was more red than Jacob, so that means he was more It was darker, right? And then, this part I don't know how to prove Lex Wood could do it, but there was a thing called the fresco captivity. This is gonna be a hard one, where I say. So the Philistine captivity of the ark was an episode described in the biblical history of the Israelites, in which the Ark of the Covenant was in the possession of the Philistines, who had captured it after defeating the Israelites in a battle at the location between Ebenezer, where the Israelites encamped, and a pack, probably Antiparis, where the Philistines camped. The Ark narrative does not include many mentions of Samuel. Bill T. Arnold suggests that it's not in order to celebrate the power of Yahweh or the higher Ark. Many scholars put 1 Samuel 4-6 together with 2 Samuel and believe that it reflects an old source that was eventually incorporated into the history of David's rise or into later Deuteronomic history. According to 1 Samuel 4, prior to the battle of the ark, had been residing at the ancient sanctuary of Shiloh, but was brought out by the Israelites in the hope of victory. Right? So, where is the glory? Robert argued that 1 Samuel 4:22 should be translated as glory is exiled from Israel. That the story of the Philistine captivity of the ark is one of exile. Peter Leithart suggests that Israel deserved to go into exile, but the ark did so instead. Yahweh into exile, taking on the curse of covenant for his people, really higher. And while in exile, he fought for them and defeated the gods of the Philistines. So, the fresco of the facility captivity of the ark. So we see the Israelites. They are of a light, ruddy skin complexion with afros. Right? So now, basically the Israelites came out lighter skin or ruddy. I might get this part wrong. They came out lighter skin. We go to the Hebrews of Egypt. They also came out lighter skin. Those are Levites, I believe, but lighter skin. And then you have some ruddy. So, what I'm saying is, I believe, so the Israelites are pure. The pure ones are what we call of a yellow complexion. And then you had some that were red, still red. Right? So, they come in different shades of red and yellow. But we're going to show some examples of what Israelites look like. So we have a Khoisan man named, or Khoi man named King Khoisan. As you can see, he has smooth skin. His skin is red. He has none on his forearm. He doesn't look like he has none on his leg either. Then you got these Khoisan people. He ain't got none on his skin, none on his leg. He could be a Negro too. But now we're gonna go to my old video. We can find it. Oh wait.
Was for me to speak their language, I must have, especially my front teeth,
See how his skin is smooth, got none on the chest, smooth arm, probably his legs too. Now, no hair in the eyebrow. That's an Israelite. All right. Now, Israelites also mixed with Canaanites. So, if you didn't know, the Canaanite is the Mongoloid. And then my other video, right? Let's go to the other one. My other video.
Down to the lower border of the eye socket. This trait is widely recognized, especially in East Asian populations, and raises much curiosity about its origins and variations around the world. The phenotypic classification of eyes with epicanthic folds is often perceived as homogeneous, with many believing all these folds are identical. However, there is subtle variation among them. These variations have led to the identification of 4 main types of epicanthic folds. While they appear visually similar, there are small distinctions that set them apart. The first type is the epicanthus supraciliaris, which extends from the eyebrow and curve. Explanation has its limitations, as it does not account for why not all African. It is a feature both in East and Southeast Asia. Additionally, he notes that the epicanthus with tropical climates, genetic feature among East Asian peoples, and also observed in some African popular texts. Characteristics are seen as variations that were present in the human genetic code from the beginning, without the need for evolutionary questions about the evolutionary explanation, which struggles to justify why only certain groups exhibit this characteristic. In contrast, creationism offers as part of its divine heritage. As I mentioned earlier, it is important to note that epicanthic folds and slanted eyes are not exclusive to East Asian peoples.
So remember, in this video, he said that the phenotype came from East Asian peoples, the epicanthic fold. But it's not just them, it's also black people. Alright? And this is really a stamp of what Jacob is. Alright?
Several other populations around the world also have this physical feature, challenging the idea that this trait is a unique marker of a single region or ethnic group. Among these populations, we can mention several African tribes that share this characteristic. For example, the Khoisan people of southern Africa also exhibit epicanthic folds. In addition, many Nilotic peoples who inhabit parts of Sudan, Kenya, and Uganda have eyes resembling those of East Asian peoples, such as the Chinese, Koreans, and Japanese.
Right. So Canaanite equals epicanthic fold. Right? It's another sign of Israel. Alright? Because they mix with Canaanites. But we're only going to focus on the pure ones. So, King Khoisan, South Africa, right?
Environmental friendly huizen, fireproof in the spot.
So these are Israelites. These two are pure, but I mean not necessarily pure, but they're more pure. But these are the Israelites. This dude looks like Lexwell a little bit, and he looks like Lexwell too. Just different DNA makeup. But two Israelites. Both are Israelites. Okay? Smooth skin. Right? Epicantic folds. I don't even think those are epicantic folds, to be honest. It's basically like, so epicantic folds, the eyelids are gonna be shaped like a hawk, with the outer points of the corners being, the corners being sharp points. And he has more epicantic fold too, right? More Israelites.
Actually, Greek.
Smooth skin. None on his body or his arm. Ruddy. Light, really light ruddy. Right? More Israelites.
Cape Town, the oldest city.
They talk about democracy, they talk about equal rights, but they don't show it, you see, they don't attain it, you see. It's every day war, you know. TV also, it lie to the people. Tell the people, lot of brainwash education, you know.
Koi. So it is convenient for the settler to do that so that he can live in peace. First, murder all the Khois out of Hamburg, and the ones that got away from the genocide ran to Kimberley to hide there. The ones that stayed here was a boerklomp. He was obeying and saying, ja baas, nee baas. Not and because means yes in Kukugowak.
Just showing you more Israelites.
Arima, there's even my mother standing over there, you know. My brother is somewhere out there, my other brothers is also here, so...
Op school van Israël was daar naartoe.
Like a prosperity life, you know. Like better life, man. You know. Better school education.
They're all coming in shades of yellow and red.
Due to my mom, she wanted better education for me, so she put me in Heathfield High.
Alright. See if I can find some more good examples. Just remember, guys, King Khoisan would be a great example. Right?
It's January 2024. How are you doing?
We got some Israelites down
I'd
here.
like to know who you are. And what you guys are here for. You call...
See, he has the yellow skin, red, yellow, smooth. You don't even see no body hair on him. You know. So, yeah, Israelites. I'm not sure about him, but Israelites right here. Now remember, Israelites were created perfect, so they ain't gonna have any bug eyes. They're not gonna have any bad head shapes. Really, we're gonna have a good hairline. That's what that's what your so-called peers will have. But hopefully I'm explaining this correctly. See how red his skin is?
And he's putting it so nicely. It's the first.
Right? Hassan Basel, another Israelite.
And pain maakt mensen op, So we got that now down. So ons hoef nie meer te gaan grawe mee.
Right. We'll try to show you some more examples. Hold on a second. You gotta show one on his channel. Trying to see if I can find it. Trying to see if I can find him. Yep.
So how welcoming do you find the people?
It's another phenotype of Israelite. Got the smooth skin. Yep. So that's another phenotype. And then what you call it? Let's see. Make sure I can find it. But yeah, just typing some more examples. You see this, people? See, they have the smooth skin.
What's your name?
Yellow afro hair. Remember, afro hair is the biggest one. Gotta have afro hair. Yeah, people in our country look like that too. All right. Can go to the internet right quick. All right, now let's show some in America. All right, and this is gonna be hard. Now remember, Israelites mix with Canaanites too. So I was just showing you of like what a pure one would look like. I would say the best example would be like King Khoisan, because he has the beard. So, you know. But here's some examples of what a pure would look like. Of like what I think, right? So first we're gonna do hoods. Oops. Of Chicago. That's where most of them at.
Slam them out, I love that back door I play. Since December, that's like what, 8-9 months? Every time I step out, I've been.
If you can't come up there blocking anybody rounds on my mom, we gonna
So
get
to
it
the
off.
video, I want you to notice the afro hair, the light or red skin, and the smoothness of their forearms and their face and all that, all right? No homo. Let's go.
Everybody, your mama, your auntie, your granny, anybody, don't matter.
And even the sharp points of their eyes, too.
This shit real. Don't post
on your ass. Shit, we don't care about no niggas, man. I'll touch you, niggas spinning. Boy, your ass get your safe.
Basically, when I see him, I'm gonna pause the video. Pretty sure this is an Israelite right there.
that they live.
We're just gonna skip through till we find them. The whole point is trying to show you who they are. The pure ones, I meant, but I have to just type them out. That might not be a good video.
Do you feel safe out here in Chicago?
Some crazy man wrote me and slapped me on the street. He's in jail.
Do you feel safe out here in Chicago?
Not really.
The violence in Chicago part is overrated.
I love Chicago.
People just don't care about people anymore. Fentanyl.
A man get killed right in that barbershop.
You got motherfuckers that's doing drugs.
I would say this is an Israelite woman. She has the sharp points, yellow, red skin, most likely afro hair. We could do rapper Cash Out. Right. He's locked up for life, but he has the sharp points in his eye. Red, yellow skin, smooth. That's an Israelite right there. So now we could do who else? Let me see. What's that rapper name? Fully Shot. What's his name? Fully Chop? Yeah, Fully Chop. He looks Khoisan. He looks literally Khoisan. Has a phenotype. That's an Israelite too. Yellow skin, afro hair. The corner, you know, the eyelids, the corner eyelids. Now, I didn't really talk about this one, but some people believe this, you know, the Zulu got some of those people too. So we'll type in Nasty C. He kind of got the red. He has the red skin. He has those Asian eyes, smooth forearm. Don't have body hair on his body. It could be right, but and then you got Captain Desario. I think Captain Desario is right. This is why he's bad, because he's saying a bunch of lies. He has the phenotype. The yellow, the beard. He has Asian eyes, sort of too. Smooth form, right? But I would say these are like the closest, to be honest. Right. They look pretty much the same. He just got more of the Negro DNA than him, I believe. So Kings. You have another person too. I think he's an Israelite too. I might be wrong, but y'all get what I'm saying. Now let's compare a Israelite to an Edomite. So we get the king of Swaziland. Hold up. Uh-oh. See how red his skin is? Right? We're gonna get him. Ignore the woman, but you got him, and then you got King Khoisan. When you compare King Khoisan, you don't really see body hair on his body except like down in his stomach, but you don't see no body hair. Smooth form. Right? And then the King of Swaziland has hair on his body and hair on his arm. So this will be Esau. And this will be, I personally believe, Jacob. That's Israelite, Jacob. Tribe of Judah. There's another Israelite. Another Israelite. Smooth skin. King Khoisan. More Israelites. I'm not sure if he is, but them two are, you know. It's Edom. So yeah, we just showed you of like what the closest Israelites would look like the tribe of Judah, right? So tribe of Judah is gonna be red, yellow, Canaanite eyes, afro hair, where it grows even mostly, and it grows a full beard. And then I heard from Lex Will that the difference between Jacob and Esau is that Esau beard grows out and Jacob's grows down. So
With
I don't know how to explain that, but you know, so but yeah. So now we have an idea of what pure Israelites look like. Now we're gonna get to the seed. So how do you know you come from the seed? It's really hard. Right? It's really hard to tell. Because Esau, I believe Esau can have smooth form too. But not like as far as like, so like Esau, it's funny how they show a black woman. But when you type in Haza, Himba, I mean these might not even be black folk. But you got many Himba. You got many Himba men with smooth bodies. And I think they're Esau. They could be Jacob, but you see what I'm saying? That's why it's hard to tell if of how do you know if you come from the seed or not. So that's why I'm only showing what pure Israelites look like today. We can even pull up Devin Haney. You know, his dad got the Israelite phenotype, I believe. You know, the yellow, red skin, beard, hair, and I think he came from. I think their lineage came from Europe, Ireland. But so as far as coming through the seed, it's really hard to tell. Like, what do Michael Jackson? Michael Jackson, he has big eyes. I mean, he has the bug eyes a little bit. He has the bug eyes, but he has smooth skin, smooth form, all that. Right? And his brother, he don't have bug eyes. Brother don't really have bug eyes. Other brothers don't either. His dad, Joe Jackson, does have bug eyes. He has a little bit bulgy eyes. Look like Jesse Lee Peterson a little bit. But he said that, Joe Jackson said his granddad had sparse eyes. So what I'm saying is, like, you know, it's hard to tell from the seed, right? And then you can see some hair on his arms a little bit, but he's still in it. That's why we need Lex make a video. I know Lex can knock this out way better than I did. He knows it. But so that's why it's hard to find out if you come from the seed, because it can change. Because you know, if you're pure, you're gonna create the same copy, but you're not. It's a little bit knowledge of the Punnett square, but like you know, my guess is this is my guess. But it's so hard. But so my guess is, oh my gosh, it's so hard. Yeah, I can't, you know, it's hard. But as far as tell if you come from the seed, but as far as like what pure Israelites are like, they're gonna look like this. They're gonna look like King Quazon, him, you know, Lex Will, this dude, what's his name, Hamel Basim. They're gonna look like him. Right here. You know. And then you got Fully Chop. You know, Fully Chop. You know, we got Helix Koizan. Right? It's more people. Not just them. You got even these people in the video. They, you know, let me pull up the video. I don't listen to the music, but I'm just trying to show you what I'm
Coffee's
talking
on
about.
and your Uber's on its way.
You know, I've been thinking.
That's Israelite too. All these are Israelites. The people in the hood, the hoods, they all got that same phenotype. Israelites. The woman too. Go ahead and pull up Tanya Lee Williams. We are her learners from next wheel. Tanya Lee Williams. She has the afro hair, Asiatic eyes, ruddy skin. That's what Israelites look like. So. Jamaica's type in Rasta. Jamaicans. Could have an Israelite right here. So. But remember, Israelites are afro-haired, yellow skin, ruddy to Canaanite eyes, right? The purest ones will grow a beard, but they're more likely to be lighter skin because I think it deals with like the tribe of Levi. I might be wrong, but so yeah, that's it. This is my theory, but I'm 1000% sure it's true. Now, as far as this coming from the seed, that's something that's gonna be harder because you got different genes in you. But I believe, like what Lex Will said, the form. If your form ain't hairy, right? If it's not hairy, then that's a sign you could be from the seed. But also Moabites and Anamites could be smooth skinned too. So it's really hard to tell if you come from the seed. But as far as like the phenotype, I just showed y'all a phenotype. And that's it, y'all.